Susan, there are so many people who are talking about the people who attended the inauguration ceremony, and I'm talking about the so-called billionaires or the so-called celebrities. What are Americans saying about this? Because 4 years ago, this could have not happened.
Well, you know, the Democrats are basically known for coddling celebrities in Hollywood and, you know, mingling, having their politicians mingle with celebrities and stars. So one might argue that Donald Trump's inauguration was a bit subdued when it came to the element of celebrity. We did see, for example, Joe Rogan attending. We saw, of course, Carrie Underwood performing. We saw Dana White being there. The celebrities that he's casted as ambassadors for Hollywood, California in general, and the wildfires, Sylvester Stallone, John Voight, and Mel Gibson, for example, those were the names that we saw as well. And then, of course, you saw the leaders of big tech companies, Sam Altman of OpenAI, even TikTok's CEO was there, which some Republicans and lawmakers in Washington weren't too happy about.
Susan, that was the big focus, because tech billionaires, and we had a speech or a statement from former President Joe Biden, who said that Americans should be careful because America is going to be led by oligarchs. I think he was sending a message, and that message is clearly coming out now.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could look at that. And then you can also look at the fact that this is a new dawn for America, that, you know, these are individuals who have made their money fair and square. They are leading very big, successful companies like Amazon, Jeff Bezos. I mean, SpaceX, Elon Musk, the dawn and the revolution of electric cars, again, by Elon Musk, and having these people, of course, one has to be careful, but having these people, you know, alongside the government, working in tandem with the government, might actually benefit Americans. Others might argue that President Biden's comments were a little bit hypocritical, considering the fact that he talks about these tech executives and Meta in particular, and before it was Twitter, now it's X, but they worked in line with the Biden campaign to suppress a lot of issues and a lot of stories that many Americans weren't aware of, notably regarding the Hunter Biden laptop story on the one hand, and then it was during COVID, suppressing information about COVID and vaccinations on the other. So, you know, so were they good when they were on Biden's side, and are they dangerous now that they're on Trump's side? You know, that's going to be a conversation and debate that's going to be ongoing. But nonetheless, a lot of people have opinions about big money in politics, and it's valid to a certain extent. Absolutely.
Big money in politics. I like that. Mr. Jonathan, what do you think?
About big money in politics?
Yeah, big money in politics.
As she just laid out, it is a theme that runs through both parties. And it's not something that's unusual to see within your country as well. You know, wealth is something that certainly comes to bear here. And these people, you know, these wealthy entrepreneurs who have had huge sway on opinion within the United States and how information is exchanged globally as well, they are prominent, and here they are. And, you know, I certainly recall, echoing what Susan was talking about, is during the Biden administration or during Obama, you would see Bill Gates or you would say Michael Bloomberg or whoever it's going to be in there. You do have these massively influential individuals that end up getting close to administrations, and the administration gets close to them because the basic fact is they are influential.
They are influential indeed. Let's talk about something else. Both Susan and Jonathan, Trump has demanded to know why the government is helping two people, General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney, with preemptive pardons. Both received them by former President Biden on his final day in office. First of all, what do you make about those pardons? Let me begin with Susan.
So it was those pardons, and then immediately after that, it almost seems like he one-upped himself and he pardoned his entire family as well, his brother and his brothers, and then their wives as well at the last minute. So, this is, again, this is going to be concerning on the one hand, because some might argue that if you haven't done anything wrong, why would you need a preemptive pardon? On the other hand, they will argue that it's not illegal, but is it sort of an abuse of power to a certain extent to use the Justice Department and the legal system for the benefit of yourself and your party at a time when Americans are so distrustful of the government? Yeah.